Hello everyone, welcome to the Greenhills Shopping Center Mall. In this episode, we will be dropping by their annual night market, which starts on November and ends early in the new year. First of all, a little background. The Philippines has a very robust Christmas tradition. This is because the Philippines is the only country in Asia that's predominantly Catholic. You can think of them as a sort of South American banana republic in Asia. Many Filipinos have Spanish names, and a number of words in their local languages are in fact Spanish. The reason for this is that the country was colonized by Spain for 200 years, and much of the Filipino culture and tradition derives from Spain, especially Christmas. Many Filipinos remain religious, and going to midnight mass all the way up to Christmas Eve is still practiced by a lot of people here. In fact, Christmas is so persuasive that Filipinos go Lady Gaga over the holidays. As soon as Halloween ends, all the malls and public places in the whole country get strung up with Christmas decorations. And these festivities last all the way until the new year. Now, I would consider the Christmas holidays in the Philippines as their second most important holiday. Second only to Holy Week, that is. But talking about the latter is another story, for another episode. Anyway, I remember when I first visited this country as an expat 15 years ago. All the malls and shops were closed on Christmas Eve and on Christmas Day. Things have changed since then, and malls and other shopping places are now open during those times. Although there are guards manning the entrance and the exit, all they do is pretty much just wave people in and out like Walmart greeters. So I guess they'll only act like guards if something rowdy or unexpected happens. Okay, now I do remember coming to this night market a few years back, and they had a sort of animatronic display that showcased the nativity scene, and they would run this every Christmas time. But I heard that the show became outdated, and so the authorities decided to just put up a simple market instead. A funny story I heard was that the last animatronic display wasn't even about the birth of Jesus, but it told a story about a Chinese emperor instead. Weird, huh? If that was true, then I would guess it was the final death knell for the whole show. Now, I attended last year's night market in Greenhills, and I have to say that there seems to be less food offerings now than in the previous one. Most of the local mainstays like Filipino barbecue are still here, as well as the local shawarmas, which are like kebabs for the uninitiated, but not much else. Korean food has taken the Philippines by storm, and they're represented by a few food stalls in this market. Most of the entrees range from $2 to $4 per meal, which ought to be about enough to get you full unless you're a hardcore heavy eater, in which case you'll have to buy at least 3 or 4 different foodstuffs to stuff your bottomless stomach with. The new additions in the market this year are the carnival games like darts and shooting galleries. There are also these fun rides, which gives it a bit of a more of a carnival atmosphere. Just think what Jesus would have done if he'd visited all of this. Maybe throw a dart or two at the authorities for blasphemy? Overturn a few tables? Like what he did with the money changers? Or maybe he'd convert to Islam after eating a shawarma? Who knows? All in all, and since I'm giving this an honest review, I'd rate this night market as below average. It only occupies a small parking lot, and there are a few food choices, which isn't good if you have a discerning group of friends or family visiting with you. So the question is this place worth visiting? To be honest, there are more varied and exciting night markets in other parts of Greater Manila, like in Makati City, BGC High Street, or in McKinley Hill. I mean, those places have like marching bands and better food choices than over here. Nevertheless, if you're staying close or just happen to be around, why not visit this place and take a look? If you don't like their food offerings, the actual Greenhills Mall is just a few steps away, and they've got some pretty good restaurants. So it's a win-win for you either way. All in all, Baby Jesus gives this night market a passing score because of the Korean food. And that's all for now. Thanks for putting up with me, and hopefully you'll watch more of my videos. Take care, everyone.